This morning when I was wave walking, and this happens every once in a while, this young lady pulled over and she said, "Sir," she gets out of her car, "Sir, are you okay?" I go, "Yeah, I am." "Oh, I just thought you needed help." And people were honking at you. And I go, "Oh, no, no, no." I said, I call myself the wave walker. Wave walker. Well, I like walking and waving at cars as go by. And that's how we engage. They're honking and we're on the journey together. And just then some cars go by and they're honking and waving. And she goes, "Oh, this is my first time down this stretch of the road. I didn't, they know you." And I go, "Yeah, yeah." And she goes, "Well, sir, uh, my name is," and she gave me her name, but I don't think I want to give it out. And I said, "Well, I'm John." And you just wave walk? I go, "Well, I do now. Uh, I, I was a pastor for some years. And then I was a chaplain in the jail for some years. And then I was even an on-call chaplain at the hospital, well, for just a couple of years. And I, and she goes, "Oh, well, I am struggling. I have some spiritual struggles I'm going through." And we're just talking, first time meeting. And I could tell, and hey, I'd stay out there and talk as long as she wanted. But she goes, and she goes, "I gotta go." But I said, "Well, can I give you some information?" I didn't have my card or anything, but she had her cell phone. Really good. I go, "Well, okay, what's your name?" And I said, "Well, it's John, uh, John, and last name Sayers." And I gave her my phone number. And I said, "Do you do email?" Uh, and she goes, "Well, yeah, yeah." Again, I gave her my email. "Well, connect back with me." And I believe she will. Because one of the things she says, "Why do bad things happen to good people? Why?" There was a book written about that a long time ago. And I said, "Oh, there's so much I want to share with you about that, but please connect with me." And I thought, well, why not? Why not do this as a YouTube? Maybe I'll call it, "Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People?" It's going on in our world today. Just so happened this morning, Gail and I, this is so fresh, people. We were reading through the book of Psalms. And we got this Bible app person. And this time it's a lady, and she's great. Man, we just love her insights. And we're looking at Psalms 44. Now, from verses 1 through, uh, I would say 8, uh, you're going to see, verse 1 starts, "Oh, oh God, we have heard with our ears, our fathers have told us the work you did in their days, and the days of old." And it goes, "Boy, how you were with us, you were with them." And it's very praising to God. Uh, a lot of times in the Psalms, you see opening up, "God, we know who you are," praising to God. And then, verse 8 says, "In God we have boasted all day long, and we'll give thanks to your name forever." That's great. Forever. And then look how verse 9 starts. "Yet you have rejected us and brought us to dishonor. You've done this. You've done this." And all of a sudden it's, "God, you've done this. You've abandoned us. Where are you now, God?" And you'll see this. It's a real lament. By the way, lamenting, it's just being real with God. Don't leave God. The psalmist here, it may have been David, he's not going away from God, he's going to God. And many a times I've said, "God, where are you? Why aren't you?" I don't always get answers, sometimes, but I always get its presence. That's lamenting. Psalms 22:1, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Mm, real lamenting. Let me read the end of this chapter to you. It goes like this. Verse 23, it says, "Arouse yourself. Why do you sleep, O Lord? Awake! Do not reject us forever. Why do you hide your face and forget our afflictions and our oppressions? For our soul has sunk down into dust, our bodies cleave to the earth. Rise up, be our help, and then redeem us for your sake of loving kindness. No, actually, that last verse should be not anger, but I think the psalmist is saying, rise up, be our help, and redeem us for your sake with your loving kindness. There's something about, if my faith is based on feelings, a lot of times I don't think I would have faith. My faith is based on knowing something. For example, I sat in this chair. I didn't feel, oh, I hope this chair, I knew this chair was going to hold me up. You know, faith is knowing something. The psalmist here begins and ends not with how he feels, but what he knows about God. What do you know about God? Do you have that relationship with God? And for God, I'm talking about Jesus. Now, there are times I'm not feeling it, but have to be around people. And I thank God that I am around people. My wife is one. And believe it or not, even this gal that I was talking to this morning, I think God just has this, I call it not a coincidence, but a God incidence, where we're connecting. Because when God leads me into situations like this, uh, I'm reminded of who God is. Oh, there are times I feel it too. Oh, God, thank you. But my faith, I pray that your faith, you're going to keep growing in your relationship with Jesus. Get to know him. Read his word. Struggle, wrestle. Be honest with him. The more you get to know him, then that's going to get us through. We may not get answers. Why do good things happen to, why do good things happen to, why do bad things happen to good people? I'll get it out eventually. We may not get answers, but we get his presence. And someday, we're going to be with all of our loved ones. Even that relationship with Jesus, oh man, we won't have bad things anymore. We're not going to, we're going to have all this praising time. What a rejoicing time. What a laughing time. My prayer is for my sister. If you're watching this, I'm thinking of you. And when I get back, stay connected with me. Uh, get to know God. Get to know Jesus. You may not get answers, but my sister, you will get his presence.